If I could get another chance, another walk, another dance with him, I'd play a song that would never, ever end. How I'd love, love, love to dance with my father again. Ooh. When I and my mother would disagree, to get my way I would run from her to him. He'd make me laugh just to comfort me, yeah, yeah. Then finally make me do just what my mama said. Later that night when I was asleep, he left $1 under my sheet. Never dreamed that he would be gone from me. If I could steal one final glance, one final step, one final dance with him, I'd play a song that would never, ever end. 'Cause I'd love, love, love to dance with my father again. Sometimes I'd listen outside her door, and I'd hear how my mother cried for him. I pray for her even more than me. I pray for her even more than me. I know I'm praying for much too much, but could you send back the only man she loved? I know you don't do it usually, but dear Lord, she's dying to dance with my father again. Every night I fall asleep, and this is all I ever dream.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Venison Jeffrey, and this is the Workers' Rights Platform. We are broadcasting live from the Workers' Rights Network. Now today, I know it have been a while we haven't been with any formal scheduled broadcasting, But today, we have a guest in studios today, Mr. Carlton, and we have Candice Edwards. Now, just to introduce the topic, after now Candice reached a stage that she going and take over the program. But as I say, concerning the topic this afternoon, you would have seen the headlines on YouTube. Father fights for child after breakup. A heartbreaking battle. And some of the questions we want to cover today on this broadcast is this. From the father, matter of fact, can you share your positives on what led to the current situation regarding access to your child? You see, that right there is the most quintessential question we are about to cover tonight, other than the whole experience. So without further ado, I'm patching you right over to Candice Edwards. Good night, Miss Edwards.
Hi, pleasant good night, everyone, and welcome to the Justice Advocate program, where we shine a light on human rights issues and give a voice to the voiceless. I am Candice Edwards. And tonight, I have Mr. Carlton Thomas, 42 years of age. Now, Mr. Carlton would have discovered me on TikTok, and he sent me a message last week. And he said, "Hi, ma'am. I would like you to assist me." Normally, I don't really send my contact for people, but when he said that, I said, "Well, let me just hear what he has to say, and if there's anything, I would block him, if it's anything out of the way," and it wasn't. And what struck me to decide to want to help Mr. Carlton is when he started to explain the story, and he told me this. This is what really registered in my mind. When Mr. Carlton told me, he said, "Ma'am, there are a lot of young men out there that grow up without a father, and they end up in a lot of problems, a lot of trouble. I am a poor man. I am not rich, but I do not want my son to end up on the wrong side. I would like to be a part of my son's life." And that kind of, it grabbed my attention. So I decided to give him a air on our platform to see how best we can assist him, right? So Mr. Carlton has a 12-year-old son, right, by a lady by the name of Christiana Haddon, right? And he said for quite some time, she used to allow him to see the child, and something would have happened. He will explain, he's there. And then all of a sudden, he had no access to the child. He said he would have went to try to find other resources to get help as a single father association, other places, and was to no avail. Not so, Mr. Carlton. Right. So he reached out to the Justice Advocate program, and I decided to help him. So, Mr. Carlton, share some of your some information with us. Tell us what took place. How long you see your son?
Well, to be very honest, since he born, I haven't seen him for a good while. And in a day when I was leaving to go to work, my sister called me and told me he was coming. And I said to receive my child from him because just like when I'm coming for help, it had other people was helping me that let's get my child home. And I told her I will come home when I come from work and carry them to the people that helped me bring my child home.
Uh-huh.
And then they come up with some story that the mother was going to get married and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
But I did not know. And they just say she was coming for him. And I say, well, he's not going away because knowing I usually wanted him the same way to go with me and go out and whatnot and thing, and she did not do it. I just wanted she to feel like how I was feeling.
Yeah.
And it bring her incident where she come for him the Saturday morning And I say, well, if it's so, and my own family could do me what to do, it better I send him back up with her until better can be done
Yeah.
again. And I went to Single Fathers Association, I went to a lot of places. Even children authorities, nobody never came to me much concerning this thing, not even to when he was even brutalized too, and nobody never come to me much about these things neither. And when it was by me, I was sending he was in school for in Pepper Village Government School.
Mm-hmm.
And well, I still have his report book home to show.
Okay.
Right? And since he left there, I haven't seen him since.
So let me ask a question. You ever try to make contact with the mother as to, visit the home or even a
Well,
phone call?
being honest, well, they say who in the kitchen has feel the heat, right?
Mm-hmm.
And since I've been around her, she have a sister that every time she come home, everybody just run and hide because they're afraid of her, right? Until a day when I was around them, I say, all they have no reason for hiding. This is all the house. The mother and father know this to run and hide. I said, this is all the house. What are they running and hiding for? Until they stop, right?
Mm-hmm.
And to me, what I'm hearing is, within the video where he was brutalized, I get in a story that where is she was brutalizing him. Because to me, I think he told me that also too, when he came by, that she beat him with some electrical cord or something. I don't know.
Wow. So,
Yeah, and when
mm-hmm.
I saw the video,
Mm-hmm.
at the point I saw the video, I could not see nothing with my phone because my phone wasn't good at that point in time. All I could do is just share it out to people.
All right. So let me ask
And
a
his
question.
skin was well marked up and thing.
Stick up in. Do you have a copy of the video?
Huh?
Do you have a copy of the video?
No, I have nothing of it because that's it. At the point in time, my phone that I had before, it was not good. I didn't know how to even screenshot and all these kind of things. I started screenshot it.
Okay, good, good, good. And the people who you would have shared it shared it to.
Well, the people that I showed it is my same cousin that I have up here, where we
Mm-hmm.
made the first video, right?
Mm-hmm.
She saw the video and them, it's them what called me to ask me when last I talked to my son and all this kind of thing, and to show me the video. And she is willing to stand up with me concerning this also.
Well, all right. So then she would have the video still. I'm sure she
Well,
would have showed it.
I don't think so because it took it long. It was in the Sandy Granny community group.
Well, that would be it will still be there.
And
Once
she
it is
said
in
that happened
the
some
standing
years
ground.
ago.
Oh, that's a few years ago.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think it should be there. If they go into the archives, I think they should find it. So you are saying that since this incident, you haven't seen him.
No, well, the last I saw him as well, I told you, it was 6 months within last year, and that drama coming up. And I sent him back up, and since that, I haven't seen him.
All right. So I do you know if he's going to school? Is he attending school?
Well, this is what I'm hearing from two persons that they're not sure he is in school, and one of the person is my cousin-in-law daughter,
Mm-hmm.
where we used to go by them and lie with them and thing,
Uh-huh.
and spend the night and thing. And she come out and told me that a day I went up there, she said, I think Daniel is not in school because he gets suspended from school or something like that. And when she told me that, I leave the same way as I was Thursday, I leave and
Mm-hmm.
I came up the Friday morning. And I went into the school where I know he was last and that I went and get his report from school to put him in the next school. And then, I can't remember who it was I talked to, and the person also told me, best I try and get my son in because since he was the mother, he changed about 3 or 4 schools or something like
Wow.
that. Yeah.
So you said you would have gone to seek help from Children Authority. You went to Single Father Association, and nobody listened. Nobody take
Because
heed
look
of
up to
that.
recently there with the same voice note that I sent to you.
Uh-huh.
I sent it to someone in share authorities. They said they're gonna get onto her and get back to me. Up to now, they haven't get back to me neither. Up to now, I have been calling them and they're not answering it.
Well, we will try our best to advise you on what step to take, right?
Sure.
Because I find that, even if you and the mother would have had your misunderstanding, she should not try to keep the child away from you. And a lot of parents love to do something like that. They like that is a normal thing with them. If they can't get at the father or the mother, they tend to hold the child away from the other party, and that is wrong because that is damaging the child. And at that age, even though a mother and a father is separated, they must be able to co-parent. They mightn't be able to see eye to eye, but at the end of the day, you have to because you both share a child together. And I want to believe that this is what's happening here, right? Although you would have said that, you hold back the child some time back because, when you wanted the child, you was unable to get him. And then something came up and then they had to send him with the mother. So that is something both of you all have to work on, right? So what I think we will do after the show, I will guide you on how to go about, you know, having, because there's child protection units in Sandy Grandy, right? And these days, the police have to be on the guard and they have to do the work. They cannot be lazy and laid back, right? So I will make some calls and I will try to get on to the one of the officers in the child protection unit and see how best she can assist you. You understand?
Sure.
Because one of the things you would have said to me is that you didn't mind if you had to take her to court and pay maintenance. Some men just
Sure.
run from that. From the time they hear maintenance, they just drop down all tools and run because they don't want to mind their child in the courts. But the fact that you so wanted to see a child and you're willing to, even if she should put you before the court or you should put her before the court, and it's so be it that you have to pay maintenance, you don't mind. And that is something I would have looked at because you are a father that really wants to be a part of your son's life. Because if you notice what is taking place in this country today, we are losing our young men and women, and mostly young men. And if you as a father really wants to be a part of your child life, and you said you would have reached out to her on many occasions, and she
Sure.
denied you access, not so?
Yeah, because even my same cousin up here, since
Mm-hmm.
it's going on between us, I use down to them phone, I use a lot of people phone to call her and she's still not responding back to nothing. I have a partner which is a prison officer,
Mm-hmm.
but money, it's that time he stay home and work and me and he and his wife and everyone come up. They get take care of the child and she never show up neither.
So you all came up from where you live in, quite in San Fernando,
Yeah,
to take
they
out the
get take care
child.
of them out and she
Uh-huh.
never showed up neither. Them
Wow.
them them times her mother and father was living.
Oh, so she don't have a mother. Mother and father has passed on.
Yeah.
So let me ask, excuse me. You ever tried after that to go to the home?
No, I never went there after that.
Oh, you never go. Well,
Yeah.
I that is a real sad state, because you could actually see that you want to be a part of your son's life, and that's the only child that you have, right? That's the only kid,
So,
right? So there is something should be done because I mean to say, how much hate could this woman have in her heart to deny you the rights to have access to your son? Because
well,
go ahead.
so you continue across, but
Go
really
ahead.
and truly, up to the other day, I run into my phone on Facebook and all too, with
Uh-huh.
on her things, profile, and
Mm-hmm.
I saw it where she really, I remember where she put it up on that anybody see me around, go to the police and report it because I wanted man and all that kind of thing.
Oh, so she came up with some strategies to keep you away. But my thing is this, she should be glad that you want to be a part of your child life. Because as I said before, it have some men that walk away. It have men that make children all over the place and turn their back, but you want to be a part of your child life. and she's denying you that, and that is wrong on so many levels. And I am really glad that I read your messages and I decided to communicate with you, because I am going to help you. I'm going to help you work feverishly to try and at least gain some kind of access to your son, right? Because too many youths are dying. And how old is he? They said he's 12 years old.
Yeah, going for 13 this month.
Right. So it's only a matter of time before he reaches 15, 16. And if he grows up without a father, and then you said she's married. So I am wondering if the man that she's married to, if this man is a father figure, a proper father figure for this child.
Well, being honest with you, I thinking the same thing too because I want to know if he's a father or if he's a proper man because knowing this child have a father, he would at least say, well, carry the child to the father, whatever it is. Maybe. Although he might be telling her that and she's not doing it because it's at that time I was up here concerning my child searching from school to school
Mm-hmm.
and I bounced up in the hospital and just simply going to talk to her and she started walk away.
So you ever try to make contact with her husband on a peaceful level?
Well, I don't know who it is. I don't know. I never saw him or
Oh, so
nothing to
you
me.
never met the gentleman, so you don't know. Oh, okay, 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 okay.
But she's
Wow.
from Marriage Hill, right in Grande Hill.
Oh, so she lives in Sandy Grande in Marriage Hill.
Yeah. As we reach on top of the hill, on the right hand side,
Mm-hmm.
right,
All
it
right,
was
so you would have
it was
mentioned
empty
something
lot
about
before her house.
he being abused, and they had a video with the marks and thing on his skin. Actually, when you got knowledge of that, did you try to go to the station and to try to get a
With
officer?
the where you were brutalized.
Yes.
Yes, I went. That was when I saw the video. When my cousin them saw sent me the video, and then
Mm-hmm.
it was the Thursday, and
Mm-hmm.
I came down the Friday also.
Mm-hmm.
And no one, when I would come in the station, I met China authorities, I met the police, and the police want to know why it is China authorities cannot go with me. The police want to know why it vice
Yeah, but
versa. I
Mr.
also have
Thomas,
witness of that also.
Thomas, something like that, right? You would have showed the police the video you said, or
No, well, I didn't get to show them the video because time I reached down here
uh-huh.
and I was watching it over and time I gone back in the station to get to meet China authorities.
Child protection
That,
unit. Yeah, go
right,
ahead.
that is when they took down the video.
Oh, and
Yeah.
you didn't know how to store the video.
No, because like I said, the phone that time was not properly. I was not a proper phone.
Okay. So then, but I would have still tried my best if I were you. I would have tried my best to get an officer or two to go and visit the home to actually make
Well,
sure that the child was
none,
in.
none of them want to go with me. The only person right now kind of standing up with me in the station here
Yeah.
is he's a bike man. He's a bike man in the station. That is Darion. So, yeah.
Oh, I think I know him. I think I know him.
Yeah,
Yeah, but that is something for child protection unit to show interest in, because he's a child, he's 12 years. And
true.
if you, the father, is showing concern, you came to them with an issue, right? At least if they couldn't go to your the child's assistance right away, they could have your wait, and when a vehicle was available, they could have taken you to the house to see the child, to actually make sure everything is okay with the child. And I find that is so wrong. You don't do that. So what if the child was being molested?
And that is all these things that I'm studying when my child was not away from me, and all these things I'm studying because I know these things happen
Yeah,
and it can happen to anybody. So
it
I'll be
could.
thinking about these things all in the night. Sometimes, to be honest, I'll be all in the night, sit down thinking about these things.
Wow.
So,
Hmm. This is real sad.
yeah.
And you're not the only father would have come to me with a situation like that, eh? And I find that is so that it heartbreaking, because come on. What's so hard in allowing you to see the child? What's so hard in you, allowing you to bring stuff for the child because you are willing.
True.
You are willing.
Because it also had other people talk to her too, all in church and the rest of the church in Rivers Road, which
Okay.
is the pastor.
Listen to me. Wait. Let me ask a question. River Road. That's inside by Alan Mary show.
Right.
Blood.
We used to, yeah, he very good because she went to him and, no, she came to me,
Mm-hmm.
right? While she was living on my me, she came
Mm-hmm.
to me and told me, he said he seen devil in me. And then when he want to see me, so I leave and I come up the road with her and go to church now this day. And
Mm-hmm.
I go and sit in front of her and tell him that. And he said he sees not like that. But I know him very good. So
Okay.
I know if he knows that, he will tell me instantly also.
All right. So
So what
let
I
me ask.
see there,
Now hear me. I know that pastor very well. I know him as a child, and he's a very fair and honest man. And
exactly.
did you ever go to him and tell him what you're going through, and or as to relate him of the situation?
Yeah, we talk about all this already, and she just not showing up nothing because we talk about it until he also told her he want to see how long pension money is going to buy that child,
Hmm.
meaning her mother money and father pension money.
So the fact that he would have said that, no, he's a man of wisdom, eh? That is a man I have a lot of love and respect for. I used to attend that church at
True.
one point in time, and if it is that she was going to that church and she still behaving like that, but then she didn't go to receive God. But nonetheless, we are not going to bash her. We are here. I think I gave the producer, Mr. Producer, I gave you the number. Let us try to see if we could reach Miss Christiana Harding. Let us see if we could get her on the line.
We was trying to see if I don't know what taking place, but we would have seen that the stream is kind of sticking on YouTube to a certain degree. So the people that are there on the stream, we're gonna make the call. Yes, so we having a little stick on the stream here, but on this side the feed is very good. No. It everything functioning well on both sides, but it having right. So we experiencing a little sticking and things. So let me see if I could get in contact with this person.
Yeah, let us see if we could get Miss Christiana on the phone and try to make amends so that the gentleman wouldn't have to resort to the court. Because to be honest, I really don't like that courthouse thing.
Right. This is why I myself don't like it, and it at times the last time it was important thing. She saying
Hmm.
she going to bring the child by the station and all to try to pick up, and I see that makes no sense.
But why the hostility between you and her? Why the hostility? I don't understand you. I'm going to ask you some questions, and feel if you find the questions are a bit too tough, you don't need to answer. You could not because I kind of like putting you on the spot because I want to be fair, right? Were you abusive to her?
It's only when she start her thing and I could not take it no more. That is when I do what I have to do.
All
But
right.
most of the just walk out on me.
Okay. 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 Because when men are abusive,
We're
women
sorry.
tend to.
The number you have dialed is not in service. Please.
Well, that number
Um,
is and that is the only number you would have had for her.
Well, only said that person I could think I could get numbers for that. To get that, they might want to give me that ready. Is same course no matter what to about him.
Uh-huh.
And like my sister with them cause drama and all them kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Them will have numbers for sure.
Well, I find that is a bit unfair because if something happens to the child, you would need to know. So then the authorities definitely will have to step into this. And I think they should take into strong consideration that you, the father, wants to be a part of this child life and you are being cut off.
True.
So you say you know where the house is. And I can't understand why the child protection unit hasn't stepped in because from the time you went to them and you would have given them information telling them that the child was abused. You understand me? At least they could have taken you, accompany you to the house and see what's going on. They may not have been able to remove the child from the mother's custody. But at the end of the day, they could have talked to her and at least get for you to see the child, talk to him for a couple of minutes, and advise you thereon what should be the next step, and nothing at all.
But all them tell me was by going to the court and that's it. And I was started doing. And so right now I just waiting on a court date for the December the someone to carry
All
to
right. So let me ask. Oh, so you went to the court already?
yeah.
You got a date?
No, I ain't got no details yet.
Oh,
I
so
said that waiting on.
you made the application.
Yeah.
Right. So then I wonder how, because if she's not answering her phone, you would have given them her correct address, right? Because you'll have to give them some
Yeah.
kind of.
Yes, they have the correct address.
So I wonder if she get the summons. And how long ago was that?
No, she wouldn't collect that. I will be collecting it for myself first and then carrying it to police
Oh, to the
station.
nearest police station.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So they could serve her the summons.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess you'll have to sit tight, you'll have to wait, and you'll have to pray. It's unfortunate that, while you're waiting, your mind, wondering because it's a while you haven't seen the child and you want to, make union with your child.
True.
You want to see him, you want to know to make sure everything is okay with him. So let me ask, she knows the love you have for the child, right?
Yeah.
And you see again, when a woman, I've seen that happen before. When a woman realize, some women, not all, I'm not going to put all women in that same category. But there are some women, when they see a man or a father has a special kind of love for that child, that tends to bring about a certain type of jealousy. And then the woman will say, well, they love the child more than me. And I find, that is so wrong because you must expect a father to bond with his child. A father love for a child and a father's love to his man's love, sorry, to his spouse is different. And she should appreciate that. And I keep saying it over and over. This woman should appreciate the love that you have for your son. Because most men, they don't do that. They walk away. And it's mostly women have to put men in court to force them to maintain the child, to force them to have visitation. And here it is the other way around. You, the one, have to put she in court, which you don't mind if you have to pay maintenance, but you just want to
True.
see your son. Am I correct?
True.
And no, you see how the system has failed us time and time again? Because you said you would have went to Children Authority, you would have went to the San Grande police station, to the Child Protection Unit, and it was to no avail. So then, what really going on is a child that is involved, right? Although they would have advised you to go before the court, but then you went to them and you told them the child was being abused. You had evidence, right? And they never showed up. They never take you to the house to give you that sense of comfort or to, find out as to if the child is safe or not. They didn't do that.
Because what they did,
Uh-huh.
they just call at the point in time they call her, right? And she, when she answered the phone, she
Hmm.
says she can't come down there now, and she wanted me to come which part she is and all that kind. I tell them flat I am not going which part she is because I don't know where at that point in time where she was. That's how I go in.
Yeah, but then if you would have gone there by yourself without the police presence, it might have had an altercation. So when you went to them, did the police try to? Did the police tell you they will accompany you to the house? No.
No, it was, I told her it was vice versa. China authorities want to know why the police can't go with me. The police want to know why China authorities cannot go with me.
Wow. So
And I
nobody,
told her I have witnessed this.
so nobody
Listen,
wants to do their
I
job.
had somebody who was with me there also when I went.
Wow. That ain't good enough. That ain't good enough at all, at all, at all. It's a child you're dealing with.
Yeah.
So then you have to sit down like Alice in Wonderland and hope and wait and pray that he's okay. If he's eating, if he has proper clothing, if he's going to school. And look at that, in this day and age, you're going to the station, you're going to child protection, children authority, and no kind of help. So what they really there for? What they really doing? I really feel your pain, because as I say, when you spoke to me, the fact that you say you don't mind, even if you have to pay maintenance, you just want to be a part of your son's life. Because too much of young men growing up without a father, and you actually heard and felt the pain in your voice. And for you to reach out, because not everybody is as brave as you to actually want to come, because this is going on national, this is going all over the world. When this is finished here, this is on YouTube. So this going beyond Trinidad and Tobago. And it will have people who will reach out to you and offering assistance, right? So that's why we try to reach her, to make her, not to make no quarrels with her, but to try and make some kind of peace. So at least you could see him, even if it was for 1 hour, to see, well, all right, he's okay, you know, he's eating, he's well fed, to find if he's going to school. But you know what I think you should do? What I think you should do is you should try to go back to the last school that they said he was in.
Guys, the one that I know he was in was Grosvenor Presbyterian School.
Right.
And then from there, right up here. And then from when I up here, he went to the Pfizer, Pepper Village Government School that was done by me.
Right. So then you would have taken him from up here and have him down by you, and he was going to that school.
That is when she bring him, and she bring him without books, nothing, not even proper clothing and thing. She drop him back home by me within that time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Candice,
And
Candice, let me interrupt a little bit. We have to start over the feed because of how this thing is receiving on Facebook. So we're going for a little. We're going to start by the feed. So everybody on the live, or you just join us again, or you see that it's sticking. There is some problem with the feed going to YouTube. Although we systems here, we check everything, and the system here